Joseph, is it hard because you've been ahead of cards, you've been in cards, you've been mixed? Is it hard to get the same energy level up, or is it still just a fight no matter if you're leading, if you're bottom, if you're in a backyard, if you're in the gym?
Exactly. It's all part of the journey, you know. Sometimes on the main event, sometimes on the undercard. Fights are fights at the end of the day. You know, if no one was watching, I was fighting this guy and he thought he was better than me, and we were fighting in a garage. I would feel the same way. With nobody watching. So it's exciting for me. It's just to test the skill. Get to go out there, no matter where I'm at. I still get to go do the same exact thing, get paid the same. And that excites me. Just getting to do what I love.
Do you think it's a better position for you because you're in a much deeper division than, say, the heavyweight? There's really only like four guys. One fell out and they're gone now. You are in a position where you could jump in tomorrow, next week, next week, next week. So it's harder for someone to make a name because you have so many people, but at the same time, it's better because you have so many opportunities.
I don't really understand that question at all, to tell you the truth.
Do you like being in a division that has so many more people to fight against versus heavyweight that has so little? Do you find it better?
Yeah. I like to be in a great, division. I want to test myself. That's why I do this. Want to prove that I'm the best, and just keep testing myself, basically. And it's a lot better to test yourself against a bunch of different, great, skilled, up and coming, new, fighters, than it is if it got kind of stale. So yeah, I love the fact, like, Makovsky's a whole new challenge. Never fought anyone quite like his style and him, and he's fought some good guys, and he's a veteran. So yeah, anytime you do this to compete at the best and see how good you are. So anytime you get to do that, is great. And thankfully for me, I get to do that every night out. My last four fights have been against four totally different, world class fighters, and this will be another one. So every fight out, it's a world class fighter with world class skills, and that just gets me up even more.
Now, everyone just always says, oh, Team Alpha Male's just wrestling. But obviously that's not true because you guys go against strikers, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and you always perform at the very top. How is it that you guys are preparing differently? How are you adding in new things and changing up your game for new fights?
People say that we're just wrestlers. I didn't know that had been. I thought that had been a while. I think we've proven since then that everyone in this sport, especially on our team, can do everything. So that's what I try to do. With me, I'm not even really a wrestler. You know what I mean? I wrestled in high school, so I've gone out and obviously I've wrestled people, I've submitted people, but I think all around my skills are pretty well rounded. So I think to answer those people, go watch a fight and see what we do.
Now, you were really a huge calling card for your division because everyone said, oh, that division's too light, they won't have power, and you went out and knocked somebody out. Is that something you are proud? Do you ever look and say, I really was the opening door to this because I'm showing people there's power, there's technique, there's everything combined at a higher level than you'll see elsewhere?
I think that's great with the flyweight division because everyone knows we're going to be fast and be able to do some technical stuff that 275-pound man isn't capable of. But to see, a small guy, knock someone out cold right off their feet, is obviously awesome. And that was great, actually, because that was actually the very first fight ever. There was four of us flyweights doing the tournament, and one fight was an amazing technical, exciting masterpiece with McCall and Johnson. The other one was a knockout, so it was just a perfect blend of everything. The only thing would have been better with that is if they actually got it right and they went into a fourth round with the sudden death, because that would have been crazy. Oh, dude, this fight's going into sudden death. These guys are going at it. This is crazy. And then, I get the knockout, so that's cool. But other than that, since then, I think that was a great kickoff to like, oh, crap, these guys can knock some guys' heads off as well, aside from being fast and technical and great. And then, I think, if you've kept up with the sport since then, you've seen, I'm not even, at this point, the most powerful flyweight. You got Dotson, who's knocking off people's heads. Lineker, actually, both of them have went up since then. So I guess I'll hold the knockout power here now. So, it's great, man. But, if you watch and understand the sport, I think you understand that the guys can do anything.
And last question is, you always get some guy who's sitting on a bar watching either lightweights fight or flyweights fight, and do you think I could take him? And it's such a strange question because no, I don't. Do you ever, I know you probably don't, but when you run into someone that has no idea and you're like, no, I'm a fighter, do they ever kind of give you the look and you just, no, I can literally eat you alive?
Doesn't really happen that much. either people know me or I meet them in the gym. Like I don't think I go around. I don't really go around, with telling people I'm a fighter, or I don't know. I mean, I don't really get into that. I guess I feel I'm very, for the most part, very nice and respectful to people as well. So I don't think anyone would come off as like, "Hey, well, you're a fighter. What the heck?" You know what I mean? Very humble about it in the first place. So other than that, in the gym, you get guys that want to come in and be fighters, that are bigger, and they're like, "Oh, well, he's a world class fighter and smaller than me. I'll try to grapple with him." And then that's fun because then you can actually prove it instead of just like you said, some guy at a bar, you know, like it's a lot more for a guy to go in and actually, see how it happens, and a guy at the bar saying, "Hey, I can do that." That's never going to happen. Cool. And my same answer with that, I'd be like, if that ever did happen, it'd be like, cool. You want to go? You can go. We can go in the gym. You can sign a waiver or whatever. Like, take a class, take a grappling, whatever. So it's kind of cool when that does happen. And I've done that before. I'm a smaller guy, and you see guys get in and try to grapple you, like, haha, I'm a 170 pounder. And, they're not fighters. They just would like to be or want to try it out or whatever. And then you get to grapple them. So that's always cool too.
No. When you have that, you're obviously the one in control of that situation. When you get a white belt who just shows up and says, "Oh, I'm gonna grab you," how do you set the tone? Or do you give it to them and let them set the tone, or do you just, all right, I'm gonna blow you out of the water?
It just depends. I mean, well, as far as hitting someone and sparring with someone, you're not going to really spar with someone that's not at your level. So your sparrings are set up and everything. You don't just go like, "Oh, I'm going to spar this guy." Grappling is grappling. You can't necessarily hurt anybody anyway. So you can attack them as good as you want. Try this, try that. You realize they're not as experienced. You want to help them along the way, make it an enjoyable thing for them to do as well. So they come back and they learn, and just, sport keeps spreading. The knowledge keeps spreading. So that's how I approach it, But obviously, I'm not sparring with beginners to fight them. I will grapple with beginners because it's a grappling class, and I'll spar with experts and bigger guys because it's grappling. Grappling is great because it's the thing you can always go 100% in, either way, whether you're big or small or whatever. So yeah, that's basically how I approach it.